Okay, Mark's family kitchen video today is going to be to introduce Grandma Betty's cheese scones to you guys on YouTube. Okay, so today's recipe, we're going to need flour, some butter, some milk, we've got some grated cheese, we've got baking powder, some salt and some curry powder. So we've got some curry powder. Okay, so recipe, this flour gets sieved into a bowl, so sieve the flour. And then we're going to, before we sieve the rest of the flour, we're going to go in there with baking powder. So we're going to go in there with 3 level teaspoons of baking powder. Now before we sieve that baking powder through, we're going to go there with the rest of the flour. So I'm going to sieve that through. Always make sure you sieve your flour. It makes sure that the flour gets aerated, but it also ensures any raising agents get mixed with the flour. Right, next what we're going to do is we're going to grate in the butter. So what you want to do with a scone is you want to just make sure that you mix as little as possible, and by breaking up the butter, it just ensures that we're able to mix the fat through the flour quite easily. So just cheese grater size, just going to grate the butter onto that flour. So next, using your hands, you can use a machine for this. I'm making it by hand because I've got time, but you could use a machine. So if you use a machine for scones, for cheese scones anyway, just use it for the first part. So this part I'm doing now, where I'm mixing the butter through the flour, just make sure you can use it for that. But then once the mixture is blended, once it gets to a crumb, which is what we're going to make now, take it out of the machine before you add the rest of the ingredients. So we're just going to mix that through. So you can rub the butter through the flour like this, or you can rub your butter through the flour like so. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so we've mixed the butter through the flour and the baking powder. So now what we're going to do is to go in there with a little bit of curry powder. And we're going to put our cheese in there as well now. And then we're going to put a bit of salt. Just want to mix those dry ingredients through. Now you can use like lots of different types of cheese. This is just an Edam cheese, but you can use cheddar cheeses, any type of hard cheese. I wouldn't use like a Parmesan, because a Parmesan would be quite salty. Right, now what we're going to do with this one is we want to make sure that we don't over mix now that we're adding the flour, adding the milk. So just want to make sure now that we're going to make a well. We're going to pour the liquid into the middle of the well. So just a bit of milk in the middle. We're just going to start to bring that mixture together. Now add a bit more milk. Now this mixture is going to be a little bit wetter than your usual cheese scone mix, so just be prepared for that. Add a little bit more milk. A bit more milk. Good old Betty. She used to come round to our house and leave cheese scones in the freezer when she visited. A little bit more flour. Okay. As you can see, the mixture is quite a bit wetter than your usual cheese scone mix. So this one here, what we're going to do, move it on to a nice clean floured board. Now the last ingredient I've got is I forgot to mix in the sour cream, so we're just going to take a little bit of sour cream, pop that into the mixture as well. Okay. I'm just going to move it on onto the table. Nice and quiet. Okay, so instead of rolling that with a rolling pin, we're just going to get a bit of flour over the top. Okay, and then we're just going to push down on the mixture. Push down. Okay, then you just want to use a tray with oiled greaseproof. I've got one of these silicone mats which are really useful. Mine's looking a bit tired now, but they just last forever. So I'll put a cutter into the flour, and then I'm just going to roll down. What we're going to do, we're going to brush the top with a little bit of milk. Brush the top with a little bit of milk. So just dab a little bit of milk over the top of each scone. Then you're going to take a bit more of your cheese. Cheese over each one. Now you could put a bit of curry powder over the top if you wanted to, but I've got curry inside the scone anyway, so I'm not going to do that. You could put a bit of paprika over the top, a bit of black pepper over the top if you like. Okay, right, they're ready for the oven.